Are you thinking about going to Italy? If that's the case, get ready to fall in love with an extraordinary country. The food, the history, the art and architecture, the quaint hillside towns of Tuscany, and the underrated Dolomites. Something is there for everyone. The best places to visit in Italy are numerous. So many, in fact, that seeing them all would take months. Most people only have a week or two to explore this incredible country. Here's a list of Italy's best destinations, a good starting point for having the best holiday here. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Number 1. Rome. Rome. The name conjures up images of some of the world's most famous landmarks, including the Colosseum, the Sistine Chapel, and the Vatican. Rome is one of Europe's oldest inhabited cities, with a history spanning 28 centuries and one of the best places to visit in Italy. This city has it all: historical sites, charming piazzas and neighborhoods, world-class museums and iconic sites. For a first-time visitor, Rome should be at the top of your list. It's a large, bustling city, but the main attractions are concentrated around the historic city center. The Colosseum, the Pantheon, and the Trevi Fountain, the Vatican Museum along with the Sistine Chapel, and the Borghese Museum are among the must-see attractions. Walk through Rome's historic center, visit Piazza Navona and Campo di Fiori, and dine in Trastevere. In a rushed one-day tour of the city, you can see the main attractions. You can visit the highlights, which we list above under top experiences, in 2 busy days. If you have more time, you can explore Rome's nooks and crannies, go on a food tour, and go off the beaten path. Number 2. Florence. Florence, Firenze, is without a doubt one of the best places to visit in Italy. This city was the birthplace of the Renaissance, as evidenced by the art museums here. Michelangelo's David, the incredible Uffizi Gallery, the murals inside the Duomo Dome, and the statues on display in the historic city center are all must-sees. But there are enough towers to climb, gelato to eat, and shops to visit that a visit to Florence does not have to feel like a museum overload. Top attractions: see Michelangelo's David, climb the Duomo, tour of the Uffizi Gallery, stroll across the Ponte Vecchio, eat lots of gelato, visit the rooftop restaurants, and watch the sunset over Florence from Piazzale Michelangelo. Although you can see the best of Florence in a single day, 2 to 3 days allows you to slow down and visit some worthwhile, off-the-beaten-path spots. Florence is also an excellent starting point for day trips to Tuscany. Number 3. Tuscany. Tuscany is beautiful and a joy to explore, with picturesque hillside towns and rolling hills. You could easily spend a week in Tuscany, settling into a Tuscan villa and taking day trips to nearby towns. Best experiments: tour the Tuscan hill towns. Siena is one of the larger towns and, like Florence, is an excellent starting point for exploring the region. San Gimignano, Pienza, Montalcino, Montepulciano, and Volterra are among the best hill towns. You can take a day trip into Tuscany from Florence and visit a few of the smaller towns. Hence, more time, ideally 3 to 5 days, allows you to relax and take in the sights of this region. Explore Tuscany by staying in Siena or one of the smaller hill towns. Number 4. Siena. Siena is technically a hill town in Tuscany. However, it is such a fantastic place to visit that it warrants its own mention. Siena is similar to Florence, but smaller and more peaceful. We actually preferred Siena to Florence. There's just something about this town that drew us in. You might fall in love with it as well. Best experiments: wander the cobblestone streets, admire Siena from the Torre del Maggio, see the Siena Cathedral, and relax in El Campo. Siena is easily accessible as a day trip from Florence or Tuscany. If you have more time, spend at least 1 night in Siena to fully immerse yourself in the city. Number 5. Milan. Milan is home to the Duomo, world-class museums, trendy shopping districts, and Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. This city is undergoing an architectural renaissance and is worth even a few hours on the shortest of itineraries. Top experience: walk on the Duomo's roof, see Da Vinci's Last Supper, and shop at Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, 1 day or more, Milan is a good day trip if you are traveling between Florence, Venice, Lake Como, and the Cinque Terre. Day trips to Lake Como are easily accessible from Milan. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, then subscribe to my channel.